everybody. Welcome to my very first Facebook Live video for the Oley Foundation. My name is Madalyn George-Thiemann, and I am the mom of Roy George, who you will get to meet in a little bit. I've been asked by the folks at Oley to give you a little bit of background on Roy's life and how we managed to navigate through all the medical and social and behavioral issues that arose with a very high-tech medical condition. And so I'm hopefully going to be able to give you a little summary before my boy comes on. Well, Roy was born in 1988 on December 24th with a diagnosis of Hirschsprung's disease or total aganglionosis. This meant that the majority of his bowel had no motility, and so he was virtually obstructed. He went to the NICU, he underwent a number of surgeries, and spent about 8 months in the NICU on parenteral nutrition, which is IV nutrition, through a catheter in his chest. When he was 8 months old, he was crawling around and acting like a normal 8-month-old, and so they transferred him to the pediatric unit where I was a nursing instructor. And he spent the next 10 months on the pediatric floor, still dependent on TPN with a high output jejunostomy. I think he had a gastrostomy at that point. Because he was such a personable, loving child and really needed nurturing, the nurses took him under their wing, and he was really like their baby. They bought all his clothes, they bought all his toys, they took very good care of him, along with the child life specialist, Sue Carl, and the social worker, Tracy. He was very nurtured. When he was 10 months old, he was running around with someone chasing him with an IV pole, and smiling and speaking in sentences, and quite bright and cheerful, happy little guy. I mentioned to the social worker that he probably should go home to somebody. His family wasn't able to take him home, and so she suggested that I take him home. And so I took him home as a foster child when he was 18 months old. At that point, he weighed 18 pounds, so he was really very thin, very small, and he was not really getting nourished the way he should. And so we found this amazing woman named Lynn Howard, who a lot of you probably have heard of or have met, and she started prescribing his formula, his TPN formula, his parenteral nutrition, IV nutrition, and he started to grow, and he just grew in leaps and bounds. In fact, he grew so fast that Dr. Howard would ask me if I was sure I knew who his biological parents were and were they tall, and I would say, no, they're not. And every time I would go there, she would say, are you sure they're not tall? And you sure you know who they are? And I'd say, yes, they're very short. But he just grew and grew because her formula was such a miracle. So Roy grew and developed. We had an amazing nurse named Debbie, and I worked full-time, I was single, and so she came and stayed with him every day and did his care. She was a musician, and so she would play the piano and he would sing. And so when he was 5 years old, he decided he would play the piano, so he sat up on the piano bench and started playing. I get a little emotional about this stuff. That was the beginning of his musical career. So he went to preschool. We did what folks with chronic illness call normalizing. And what that means is that we looked for every opportunity for him to do what other kids his age and developmental level were doing. And so we rarely held him back from anything. And when I say we, I mean myself and his oldest brother and my other adopted son, who was 16 when Roy came to live with me. And the lovely support people that we had around us, the nurses that loved him so much, from the NICU and from pediatrics, the social worker, the child life specialist, our church family, my friends. There was a lot of support. It wasn't hard for me because I had a lot of help. And those folks just pitched right in, and we all tried to give Roy the most normal life possible. And so when he was 4, I think, he went to preschool. When he was 5, he went to preschool again. When he was 6, he went to kindergarten, and then his life just took off. So Roy started piano lessons when he was in kindergarten, and he ran around and played like every other kid. We ran his IV feedings at night. He ate, although he didn't gather much nutrition from it, he did eat. And Dr. Howard's formula just kept working miracles. And the boy just got bigger and bigger. So he went to school. He went to private Christian school. He had many wonderful friends who realized that he had something different. And I'm not sure he'd want me to tell some of his embarrassing stories on this chat. But one time, I will tell this story. In kindergarten, his ostomy bag popped a hole, and the contents went into his sneakers and all over the floor. And one little girl said, "Oh, what is that?" And Roy, in his cheerful spirit, said, "I have no idea." And that was the end of that. So Roy grabbed life by the horns, and I allowed him to grab life by the horns, and he just ran with it. So through the years, Roy did sleepovers, went to birthday parties, climbed trees, played soccer, he did skied at Killington for the first time ever on skis. The sky's the limit. Hiked in Utah. He's done it all. And we tried very hard not to say no. And when we were contemplating a new activity for him, we would brainstorm. We would pray first, and then we would, because we are people of faith, and then we would brainstorm how to work around it and how to accomplish him participating in this certain event. And he will tell you himself that I rarely ever said no to something he wanted to try, as long as it was moral and safe. And consequently, I believe that he has grown up to be a pretty well-developed and well-adjusted young man, able to care for himself, to earn a living, to have friends and interact in relationships. He doesn't consider himself disabled. He doesn't consider himself to have a problem, and he believes he can do almost anything. And sometimes it's a little scary, but he does believe he can do anything, and he has accomplished a great deal. And we would like to give honor to God for that, because we believe that God preserved his life for a purpose, and we thank all the people who loved him and helped to raise him. And that's it. I'm here for as a resource for anybody who has a child who has complex needs and wants to try to normalize their life, or to problem solve or navigate the system. I'm a nurse as well. I'm a pediatric nurse with 52 years of experience, just retired 2 weeks ago. And I'm proud to be Roy's mom. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm live. My biggest nightmare has actually happened, where my mother was able to go live with no technical difficulties, and then I had all the technical problems. So I'm a little confused and a little crazed right now. But we're here, we're live, we're doing it. I'm just doing a modified setup now because I have a whole new situation happening. I feel like I've failed my technical guru friends. So hello, Welcome to the Facebook Live. There will be music in just a minute. You're going to see all the weird angles of this situation right now. The double chin is in full effect. But we're here. We're live. We're going. And I don't know if you can see me. I don't want to rotate my camera. That sounds silly. Ah, there we go. It's a little crooked. Let's see if we can fix this. I can't really see anything. Okay. Hello. Can you all see me? Do I need to rotate this? Is this sideways? I feel like this is definitely sideways. Give me 1 second, friends. We're going to make this happen. My mother is probably sitting on the couch laughing hysterically right now because we had a whole conversation about how to go live and how to do it right. And now I screwed it up. So here we are. We're doing the things. I think if I do it this way, there's like a huge light in my face, so I can't really see anything. I'm going to try, because I have to do it this way. I'm going to try doing this. Anyways, how is everybody? Hi, guys. There's awesome people that have tuned in, so I'm excited to have you all on here when I get myself together, which will hopefully be in a minute. But my mother is probably like dying laughing right now at like how technically inept I am. Does anybody have a hi, friends? Does anybody have a question while I try to get myself together? Because I'm happy to answer them. Clearly, I don't know how to do anything technical. I'm excited that you're here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining my mom, who told you all the crazy stories about me, which is fine. You've known us long enough that you know that that's what we do. I think that should work. Can you see? Okay. Ah, is that better? I feel like that's way better. Yeah? Ooh, that lighting is very harsh. We gotta turn that down. Just a touch. Ah, there we go. He's normal! Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. Everyone's just laughing at me, and it's all happening. So here we are. The technical one needed help. Hi, everybody. So I had a whole computer set up and a whole everything set up, and I ruined it. I don't know how I ruined it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But welcome. Hello. I hope today is, this evening is a little fun experience for you guys. Don't forget to check out the Oley Facebook page at http://www.oley.org, OLEY.org. Oh my gosh, I'm on, it's happening. Let's do some fun things. So, as you can imagine, for many, many years, we've been trying to make this happen, working with Joan and the staff at the Oley Foundation to do like an evening of song and, do a welcome reception or whatever. And it just was never able to work because just timing and scheduling, and I wasn't always able to make it in for the welcome ceremony, and then I had to leave shortly thereafter, whatever. But now we have this experience and can do it, and so we're gonna just have some, it sounds like a worship service. We're gonna have some time of song, we're gonna have some laughs, we're gonna tell stories like my mother already did. Yikes. And you can ask all the questions, you can ask if you know stories that I probably won't share unless you ask me. You are more than welcome to ask me to share them, and I will consider it. I'm kidding. But welcome and thank you, and I'm excited that you're here, and we're going to spend a little bit of time together, probably until around 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, who knows. Grab a cocktail, or not, I don't know. And thanks for being here. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beautiful wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. 6 feet away because that's what we're doing, because we're social distancing. You understand how that works. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beautiful wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Hi. So for those of you that don't know, I grew up listening to a lot of children's music, and that's really what's made me the musician that I am. I've learned from some of the best children's entertainers in the world, I think. So I'm really excited to share some of these songs with you and share some things and memories about the Oley Foundation. I don't know if any of you got to see my promo. We talked about, I say we a lot. It's literally just me. I did it by myself. Talked about when people first met me at the Oley Foundation was that year in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't remember what year it was, but someone remembers, years and years ago. And I would hide under the table during the silent auction under what I wanted. And I would jump out at people that would go to bid on it and say, don't bid on that. And I remember I left with Space Jam sheets because that was the movie of our time. So for those of you that remember, that was me. And now I'm all grown up. What? How crazy. And they're letting me do these crazy things. So yeah, this is really fun and I'm really excited. I know that life has been crazy for all of us. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but life has been crazy for all of us. And I hope that this opportunity allows you to smile and to laugh and to enjoy some cool music. So without further ado, let's have a little fun here. I think this is in my key. We'll find out real soon. Several hours late, the skyline's growing dim, while others deck the halls. You dream of decking him. Now, this is sung by a female, but I'm not changing the gender because I don't really care that much. The choice in men has always been pathetic, I suppose. The guy who stole my credit cards, the guy who tried on my clothes, again, female to male. And though a row of self-help books lines my bedroom shelf, so there's a one rule those books forgot is never fall in love with an elf. His endless talk of a Christmas town will test your every nerve. So still he's kind of cute, I guess. Well, if you grade on a curve. And though you vowed you'd never sing, just look at yourself. You're halfway through a Christmas song. Never fall in love with an elf. The holidays may seem bittersweet while you're alone in bed. So how can one girl ever compete with a magic fat guy in a flying sleigh? for sleepless nights. If you date a guy who has a thing for tights, oh, never fall in love. Never fall in love. Never fall in love with an elf. It's as clear as a jingle bell. If you are single, well, don't fall in love with an elf. That song is from the musical Elf. Oh, I love you too. That song is from the musical Elf. It's one of my favorite musicals that was on Broadway for a little bit of time and now tours all over the country and all over the world, rather, during... I can see what all of you are writing, by the way, Sean Forster. It tours around the world and has been interpreted into a bunch of different languages. And it's such a great fun. It's based off the movie. They've done a really great job of keeping the movie the same when they translate it into a musical. Sometimes there are people that translate things into musicals from movies that totally stray from what it is. So that's a really awesome show that if it comes around when we're able to go enjoy and view theater, to really take a look at. This next song was originally sung by Mama Cass Elliot, and I was asked to do this for a benefit for an organization in Virginia Beach for an international assembly. It's usually in person, but because we can't meet, they asked me if I would consider sending a video. And so I did. And I actually learned this song from those of you that know who I'm about to say, I'm sure. I learned this song from watching Sharon Lois and Bram's The Elephant Show. And Sharon and Randy, Sharon's daughter, are still having Facebook Lives every Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday. It just kind of depends on the schedule. And they sing songs from their records, they sing songs from their tours, and they talk about memories from being on the road and shooting and doing the Elephant Show. So if you want something really cool to see and some nostalgia, go check out their YouTube channel, Sharon Lois Bram on YouTube. You can also follow them on Instagram and on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. They're still doing amazing work, providing amazing music for people. And so this was a really awesome song that was on their record, Sing A to Z. And I'm actually doing it because I was literally an hour before I started this. This person asked me to do it. So it's not the arrangement that he wants because I don't have it, but it's close enough. So enjoy. There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming. This one's coming to an end. There's a new voice calling. You can hear it if you try. And it's growing stronger with each day that passes by. There's a brand new morning, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new world dawning that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of. Coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a This one's coming to an end. There's a new voice calling. You can hear it if you try. And it's growing stronger with each day that passes by. There's a brand new morning, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new day dawning that belongs to you and me. There's a new world coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. There's a new day dawning that belongs to you and me. There's a new world coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. There's a new world coming. Yeah, so there's that song. I love that song. My mom told me I can't be too goofy, but that's just what I do. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm gonna drink tea from a mug that I feel like my mom is gonna be really mad at me for. I'm gonna do it anyways because I need to drink because he parched. So here's my mug. It literally says all the things it shouldn't, but this is true. In case you didn't get to read it. There it is. I would drink Sprite, but I'm not sponsored by them yet, so there's that. Anyways, I'm trying to think of like fun stories I can tell you. I I can tell you the college story. I'll tell you the college story. So I was going to school, and I was on TPN, and we managed to figure out how to make it all happen. Like my mom said, nobody ever really said no to me, and much to probably a lot of people's chagrin nowadays. But we made college happen, and all the supplies that you have to take, like, I hope I don't get banned from Facebook, but whatever. Syringes and needles and tubing and all this stuff you have to bring with you in order to make your TPN and to fill yourself up. I had a Hickman catheter, which goes right into your superior vena cava, into your veins, so straight into your heart. And every night I would have to hook up, even at college, would have to hook up and would have to infuse. And so one night, among many nights, I woke up the next day and I was very late for class. For whatever reason, I set myself up for success, and I had an 8 a.m. class, which, if there's anybody going out to college, don't do that. That's dumb. Anyways, I set myself up to fail. Woke up really late for my 8 a.m. class and was like, crap, I have to go. So I unhooked everything, flushed, and left everything on the bed and grabbed my bag and grabbed my books and ran. And I was gone all day, and I came home, and I was never in trouble. My roommates were always in trouble. If they're watching this, let's not lie. We all know that you were. And I came home and I passed the RA's office. I'm like bopping down the hallway because that's what I do because I don't pay attention to much. And the RA stuck their head out the door and was like, "Hey, Roy, can we talk to you for a second?" And I was like, "Sure. Who's in trouble now? I like this game." And so I walk into their office and they're like, "Oh, you should have a seat." And there's like 5 of them behind the desk, itty bitty desk. An itty bitty room. And so they say, "You should have a seat." And I was like, okay, this must be bad. One of my roommates was ejected from camp. This is going to be interesting. And they're like, "We feel like you have a problem." I said, a what? Excuse me? What? And they're like, "Well, we did room checks today, and we feel like we need to have a conversation with you." And I said, okay, what's up? And as soon as I said, okay, what's up, I went, oh no. Oh my gosh. So they were like, "Well, we feel like you have a drug problem." And I was like, oh no. And then the best thing to do in a situation like that when you're cornered and having chronic illness and cornered about having a drug problem is to laugh. So I started laughing hysterically because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And they thought they were like serious. They were like, no, this is really serious. You really need to figure this out. And I was like, no, I don't have a drug problem. I need all of that to live. And they were like, well, we found drug paraphernalia. And I was like, no, I need it to live. Trust me, I swear this is not what you think it is. And they're like, well, we're really going to send you to the on-campus therapist and blah, blah, blah. And so, which I'm not going to do right now because this is Facebook Live, but the only way to get out of the conversation was to literally take my shirt and just go boom over my head. And so I whip my shirt over my head and they can see the tubes and all the things everywhere. And they literally, I took my shirt down and they literally went, oh, okay, have a good night. And I got up and left and they did not look at me in the face the same way ever again. And so I feel like my mother has equipped me to get out of any situation, no matter how crazy or how difficult it may be. She's really equipped me to like really figure out how to get myself through things. And my dad has spent a lot of time trying to get to figure out how my brain works because he's a very black and white person and I'm a very Disney character. And so growing up, it was really difficult to try and figure out how to mesh these two brains in the same house because, as you can imagine, I'm always head in the clouds, and my dad's like, get up at 6 o'clock, even on a Saturday, and work. And I'm like, is there 2 6 o'clocks in a day? I didn't know that. So I am so sad that I can't be with them in this time of quarantine and this time of transition, but they really have been my biggest cheerleaders and champions from day one, and so I'm very, very thrilled to have them around. So this next song is for them. And yeah, this doesn't really need an introduction. You'll get why. Proud of your boy. I'll make you proud of your boy. Believe me, bad as I've been, ma, you're in for a pleasant surprise. I've wasted time. I've wasted me. So say I'm slow for my age, a late bloomer, okay. I agree that I've been one rotten kid. Some sun, some pride, and some joy. But I'll get over these lousing up, messing up, screwing up times. You'll see, ma, now comes the better part. Someone's gonna make good, cross his stupid heart. Make good and finally make you proud of your boy. Tell me that I've been a louse and a loafer. You won't get a fight here, no ma'am. Say I'm a gold brick, a goof off, no good, but that couldn't be all that I am. Water flows under the bridge, let it pass, let it go. There's no good reason that you should believe me, not yet. I know, but someday and soon I'll make you proud of your boy. Though I can't make myself taller or smarter or handsome or wise, I'll do my best, what else can I do? Since I wasn't born perfect like Dad or you, ma. I will try hard to make you proud of your boy. So there's that. So hopefully she's proud. She might be crying right now, but hopefully she's proud. I just want to take a moment to talk about the Oley Foundation for a second. So I'm going to read the mission statement. I wrote everything down because I can't memorize anything to save my life. So I'm going to put it here so that it looks like I've had it memorized. No, I can't put it there because then you can tell that I'm not looking at the camera. I'll put it there. It's fine. The Oley Foundation's mission statement is striving to enrich the lives of those living with home, intravenous, and tube feedings, which is enteral and parenteral nutrition, through education, advocacy, and networking. Again, that's striving to enrich the lives of those living at home with intravenous and tube feedings, enteral and parenteral nutrition, through education, advocacy, and networking. I feel like I believe that I have met some of my best friends that many are still with us, and some of them have gone before me. And the Oley Foundation brought us all together. For those of you that remember that first year in Cleveland, Ohio, it was the Three Musketeers, and for many years thereafter, it was the Three Musketeers. And I think Rose Holly is watching right now, but it was Alicia Holly, myself, and Kelly Walsh, who's now married. Unfortunately, Alicia's no longer with us, but I do firmly believe that this organization brings people that at a young age or even at an old age who don't have the opportunity to find people that are normal like them in their communities. The Oley Foundation brings that opportunity to the forefront and allows us to have that. So if you know someone that is that has a chronic illness or that needs to speak with somebody or to learn more about this organization, please visit www.oley.org. And there's also an option. I was told that they did not use this option on Facebook Live, but I'm going to tell you about it. That there is an option to donate if you go to the Oley Foundation's Facebook page or if you go to the Oley Foundation's website. You can check that all out and figure out how to donate. I understand money is tight. Don't think I'm telling you that's what you have to do right now. But if you ever see fit between now and whenever, the website and the Facebook are not going anywhere, as well as their Instagram. So feel free to visit www.oley.org. And their mission statement is striving to enrich the lives of those living with home intravenous and tube feedings, enteral and parenteral nutrition, through education, advocacy, and networking. They have brought me some of my best friends, and they've taught me, through those friends, have taught me some incredible lessons. So please feel free to donate to them, to network with them, and the next time we all get to meet together, try to go to one of their conferences. They're so much fun. There's breakout sessions for teenagers, for adults, for parents, for doctors, for nurses, for kids, and there's, of course, opportunity to have friends for a lifetime. It's kind of like a retreat or college or something. I don't know. Do it. It's fun. Also on here, I see Lillian, who was one of my first pharmacists at a home care company that I had the privilege of having a partnership with for many years, and that's NutriShare. And not to promote anybody over anybody else, there's also Quorum. There's a whole bunch of great home care companies. Well, that was weird. I'm back, though. There are many home care companies such as Quorum, but on the previous live I was saying, Lillian has been so wonderful and was one of my first pharmacists from NutriShare. So check them out. They're great. I'm so thrilled to have a partnership with them. I also don't know what happened, so I apologize. But we're back and we're live because modern technology, when everybody's on the internet now, it's just so different. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to move on over to some more songs because why not? This is a song for... I'm live on the right page, right? I hope so. Well, we'll find out. Pack up all my cares and woes, here I go, singing lullaby by blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye. Make sure you tell everybody that there's a new live because I don't know how to do it and be on the live at the same time. Pack up all my care and woe, here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Oh, make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Blackbird, bye-bye. That was so weird. The live kicked me off. I don't know what happened. People weren't excited, or they were excited, but like Facebook was like, no. So now I'm gonna sing a song from a show that I was in. My junior year of high school, I went to a school that did not believe in musicals for various reasons, and I'm not allowed to speak negatively about the school because my mom will be very mad. But they also gave me some incredible friends over the years. And my junior year of high school, they decided they were going to finally do a musical. And there was nobody at the school more musical than me, in my opinion. I was very humble. And I pitched The Wizard of Oz, I pitched The Wiz, I pitched this show and that show and blah, 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 blah. And then one morning on the announcements, they're like, we're gonna announce the musical. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I was so excited, jumping out of my skin, out of my seat. And they announced the musical, and I remember walking to the band director, who was also like directing the musical and music directing the musical. And I walked to his office and I said, excuse me, I'm sorry, what are you doing? That's a horrible show. And he's like, well, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be amazing. We had to stick with something classic. And I was like, all right, but like, there's a bajillion classic shows out there. Why this one? And he's like, well, this is what the administration wanted. Fine. So we get to auditions, and I was like, I don't have a clue how this is gonna go, but whatever. So I went to auditions, went to callbacks, did the callbacks. It was fantastic. I knew what I thought would be my part, and I was like, great. I have to learn one song, maybe two, and it'll be awesome. So the next, I think 3 days later at lunch, they were posting the cast list, and everybody rushed to the blackboard to find out in the middle of lunch, and I just sat there eating my dinner, or eating my lunch, because I felt like I knew who I was gonna be. And my friend came back and sat down and said, hey, you're gonna wanna check the board. And I was like, psh, I already know who this is, I have half their lines memorized, I have their song memorized, it's gonna be great. And they're like, I don't think you are who you think you are. And I was like, all right. But I didn't check the board. And he's like, I'm telling you, before you go to rehearsal today, you really need to check the board. So I threw out my lunch, and on my way to throw out my lunch, I checked the board. And I left. I literally threw out my lunch, looked at the board, and walked out the room and went to his office. And he was sitting at his desk with his feet on the desk, laughing. And I said, what are you doing? He's like, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. And I said, but how are you casting me in this role? This makes no sense. And he's like, don't worry, I have a plan. Needless to say, he did not have a plan, but I still played this role, and I'm gonna sing it for you. It's been a very long time, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want to write on. To write on. That's what she sings. And then I sing, you are 16, going on 17, baby, it's time to think. Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink. You are 16, going on 17, fellows will fall in line. Eager young lads and roues and caps, didn't know those words then either, will offer you food and wine. Totally unprepared are you to face a world of men. Timid and shy and scared are you for things beyond your ken. You need someone older and wiser telling you what to do. I am 17, going on 18. I'll take care of you. Now, for those of you that don't know, that's The Sound of Music. You are correct. The most white bread show you can think of. Who did I play, you ask? If you know the musical and you know the movie that well, I played Rolf. Rolf was the one, in case you didn't know, that essentially dates Liesel, the oldest Von Trapp child, and then turns on them and goes to turn them into the authorities when they walk over the big old mountain and sing Climb Every Mountain and everybody sobs and then roll credits. I was the blonde-haired, blue-eyed Rolf. Can't say the other word, but I was Rolf. You need someone older and wiser telling you what to do. I am 17, yes, Sean, that's the correct word, going on 18. I'll take care of you. We laughed, and we laughed, and we laughed, and we laughed. And upon leaving music rehearsal one day, the choreographer said to me, hey, or the day before the music rehearsal, hey, can you bring your tap shoes? We also used to go around certain schools and teach dance classes because that's just what we did. We were ballroom dancers. And so she's like, can you bring your tap shoes? And I was like, sure. And what I didn't realize was that they added 22 bars of music so that I could tap dance. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nazi. Oh, I said it. Dang it, Sean. Who tap danced. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. I'm not telling you how, but it's there. So there's that. That was one of my first movie musicals, was The Sound of Music, and it was such a fun joy to be in the musical. However, I wanted to be a Von Trapp kid, but I was too old by that point, so I couldn't be a Von Trapp kid. So the next best thing was Rolf. And the next movie musical that I remember watching growing up was, still is my favorite. I've seen it quite a few times on Broadway and traveled all around to see productions of it. One of my students, Talia Hartman, was supposed to be in it this year until, unfortunately, COVID-19 closed her school and she was not able to play the title role in this musical, which makes me so sad. She would have been incredible. So I am going to sing this song in her honor and in honor of a woman who kind of gave me my start as a music director when I was 21. She allowed me, the youngest music director ever in her company, to music direct a show and build kind of a name for myself in Syracuse. So I'm really thankful to her. And I don't believe in all that woo-woo stuff, but I do believe that she's looking down and is occasionally watching out for me and providing me with laughs that I need when I do shows, or my best friend who's commenting, we work together. So, before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get in step while there's still time left. Before the parade passes by. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's high life. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life. with the rest of them, with the best of them. I can hold my head up high. I've got a goal again, I've got to drive again. I gotta feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. Look at that crowd up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at that crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistles blow and the cymbals crash and the sparklers light the sky, I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me that old trombone, give me that old guitar. Guitar? Those are not the words. Give me that old trombone, give me that old baton before the parade passes by. When the parade passes by, listen and hear that brass harmony growing. When the parade passes by, pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistles blow and the cymbals crash and the sparklers light the sky, I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me that old trombone, give me that old baton before the parade passes by. I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me that old trombone, give me that old baton before the parade passes by. Minus those lyrics that I clearly have never learned. What in the world was that? So it's 8:03, we're getting a little close to our finale time. The few songs that I want to play left are, one's just a piano piece. I have to make sure that my dad gets a song in here as well. He has a song that I play that he really, really likes. And so I'm going to make sure that I do that one. Let's see. I'm trying to see what we have here. So we have, years and years and years ago, there was a show on Broadway that I'm so thrilled. I didn't music direct this on Broadway, but I've been able to music direct it a few times, and I've never really loved this song until the most recent Revival cast album. And I feel like it's definitely one of those songs where this is such an important song for right now. So really doesn't need an introduction. Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for today. We can build a beautiful city, yes we can. Yes we can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels. We can build a city of man. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bittered and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes we can. Yes we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but finally a city of man. That's from the musical Godspell, written by Stephen Schwartz. So hopefully one day Stephen Schwartz will hire me. So the last three songs that I have, one is a medley, and the other one is the piano song that I told you about. And then the last one is a song that if you know me well enough, you know that I'm doing this song. So I'm going to start with the medley. Like I said, I have grown up with some incredible children's music over the years, and I was thrilled to bring a medley of mine that I had arranged to 54 Below in 2015, and it was a dream come true. And I was asked why I was singing this song, and I decided, you know what, it's a fun medley, it's a silly medley, it really makes people laugh, it makes people smile, and so I can't help but to do it here for you. Sunny days sweeping the clouds away. I'm on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Come and play. Everything is okay. Friendly neighbors there, that's where we meet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? It's a magic carpet ride. Every door will open wide to happy people like you. Happy people like, what a beautiful sunny day. So even the clouds away. I am on my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make a bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Vote-up-and-todio, rubber ducky, joy of joy. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend. It's true. Oh, every day when I make my way to the tubby, I find a little fella who's cute and yellow and chubby. Rubber ducky, oh, rubber ducky, you're so fine. And I'm lucky that you're mine. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of. Rubber ducky, I'd like a whole pond of. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. I got a new way to walk, walk, walk. I got a new way to walk. I got a new way to walk, and my new walk suits me fine. And my new walk suits me fine. And my new walk suits me fine. Sing a song. Sing out loud. Sing out strong. Oh, you gotta sing of good things, not bad. So sing of a happy, not sad. So you gotta sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. Oh, 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 la la do da da, la la do da da, la 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 la. La la do da da, la la do da da, la 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 la. La la do da da, la la do da da, la 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 la. La 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 la. Well, I like to visit the moon on a rocket ship high in the air. Yes, I'd like to visit the moon, but I don't think I'd like to live there. And I'd like to look down at the earth from above, and I'd miss all the places and people I love. So although I might like it for one afternoon, I don't want to live on the moon. I'd like to travel under the sea, and I'd meet all the fish everywhere. Yes, I'd travel under the sea, but I don't think I'd like to live there. I might stay for a day there if I had my wish, but there's not much to do when your friends are all fish, and an oyster and clam are in real family. I don't want to live in the sea. I'd like to visit the jungle, hear the lions roar, go back in time and meet a dinosaur. There's so many strange places I'd like to be, but none of them permanently. So if I could visit the moon, I'd dance on a moonbeam, and then I'd make a wish on a star, and I'd wish I was home once again. Though I'd like to look down at the earth from above, soon I'd miss all the places and people I love. So although I may go, I'll be coming home soon. But I don't want to live on the moon. No, I don't want to live on the moon. Like I said, I love me a good children's routine and a children's song. Gosh, I have so many songs in this playlist, but anyways, I'm gonna do a couple more and then we're gonna call it quits. But here's a song from my dad when my mom had mentioned We Are People of Faith, and I used to play it at church, and I learned this song from my mom's best friend's son, who did an arrangement, an incredible arrangement, and then I took it and then decided to mess with it and then spit out this arrangement. And I was asked to do it for our pastors last Sunday. And so this is kind of what this song has turned into. I'm going to play a condensed version, Dad. I'm really sorry. It's so long. That's a traditional hymn called It Is Well With My Soul, and I decided to mess it up and make my own. I know I keep saying the last two songs, but this is it. Like the last two songs plus one more, it's in a medley. Again, don't forget, www.oley.org. Their mission statement is striving to enrich the lives of those living with home intravenous and tube feedings, enteral-parenteral nutrition through education, advocacy, and networking. You can donate there. You can do all the things there, www.oley.org. The last couple things I'm going to do are, I've been spending a lot of time doing some arranging. This person actually has no idea that I'm doing this. It's been a fun year through cast albums and planning shows and unfortunately got rescheduled and rescheduled and rescheduled and rescheduled. But I was asked to do arrangements for a musical about 2 years ago, and I said no because it was not in my wheelhouse and I did not know how to do it. And my best friend asked me like 8 times, and I said no 9. He said, why don't you just do the opening number? And if the team doesn't like it, then you're off the hook. And I was like, great. So I did the opening number, arranged it, sent it to him. It was all MIDI. It was terrible. And I was so excited. I was like, done, 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 done. Don't have to do this ever again. And he calls me 3 days later, and he's like, hey, so the team likes it, and you have a job. And I was like, wait, what? And so I, over the past 3 years, have been attached to a project called Weird the Musical, www.weirdthemusical.com. There's a cast album, there's a future show coming out, there's been previous shows. Last one, I swear. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is Facebook's idea of like, leave Roy George. I'm sorry. Last one. So, this is the last video I'm gonna make, I promise. So, this song that I'm gonna sing for you, he asked, no. Anyways, I've been attached to a musical called Weird the Musical. And www.weirdthemusical.com. There's a cast album. There's so many incredible pieces to this puzzle. It's a musical about bullying, but we never really tell kids not to be bullies. We show them through example. And so it's from 3 different perspectives of the bystander, the one who exhibits the bullying behavior, and the one who is being bullied. It's based off of a book series, Weird, Tough, Dare, and Nobody from Free Spirit Press. Please feel free to go get those books. They're digital. You can get them digitally. You can get them old school books. And then feel free to go on iTunes or any streaming platform or weirdthemusical.com and get the cast album. So I'm going to sing a little bit of the opening number, not how it is on the cast album because you have to go and buy that to really hear the intense of it. Teach kindness, that's what it is. Those aren't the right chords, but I arranged it so I could do what I want. This is my morning routine. Every day is the same. I get dressed and ready for school and put on my favorite polka dotted boots. This is my morning routine. Every day is the same. I give my mom a kiss on her cheek and say adios when she leaves, when I leave. This is my morning routine. Every day is the same. My brother calls me a freak. I'm fine, don't worry about me. This is my morning routine. Every day is the same. I walk to school with all of my friends, hula hooping and high fives all the way. This is my morning routine. Every day is the same. Gather here with all of my friends. Oh my gosh, I just sang the same verse twice. Gather here before the first bell rings. I have time to kick my soccer ball. My bugs like to greet everyone. Morning routine, morning routine, morning routine. Thank goodness for caffeine. This is our morning routine. Every day is the same. Every day is the same. Every day is the same. Morning routine. Please feel free to go download that cast album. It's so much fun. All right, everybody. So we're coming in hot to the last 2 songs of our evening. I had the incredible privilege to sing, nope, that's a lie, to introduce and to interview an incredible, incredible legend. I host a podcast called Triple Threats and Beyond. And through God's great goodness, I got to interview a comedy idol, comedy genius, and my idol. And so I'm going to sing a song in tribute to her and thank her for being on the show. But go to Anchor, I don't know, type in Triple Threats and Beyond in Google. You can go to the Facebook page, you can like that. You can go to the Instagram page, you can like that. Follow the podcast because there's so many amazing guests and we have so many amazing guests coming up. that you don't want to miss. So this one is a very special tribute to, yes, this wonderful, wonderful comedic genius. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say is so long. There's a time you put aside for dreaming, and a time for things we have to do. And a time I love the best is any evening I can spend the moonlight here with you. And the time comes when I'm feeling lonely, and I'm feeling oh so blue. I just sit back and think of you only, and the happiness still comes through. That's why I'm glad we had this time together, 'cause it makes me feel like I belong. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. And of course, she would always do that at the end of the episode. This has been so much fun. Again, www.oley.org. Donate, share, look around, meet some friends. If you know some chronic illness friends or people that are living with tube feedings and intravenous feedings, please reference them to the Oley Foundation. They will meet the friends of a lifetime. The last song I'm going to do is a song that's very special to me. But before I do that, I do want to do a couple shout outs to the team at the Oley Foundation. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Roz. Thank you, Joan. You got my mom and I feeling great and excited to do this. And then, of course, I was the one that had the technical difficulties. So that's fun to know. Thank you so much for your kindness, for your patience, and for for allowing me to do this. This is a first in a series of things that we're going to do. So please check back to the Oley Facebook page, Instagram page, www.oley.org. Check back. Make sure that you look at what's coming up next, because there's such incredible things coming up next. Again, thank you to the Oley team for allowing me to do this and to work and to have the opportunity to work this out. This has been really fun to share my story and to share all the amazing things that are happening. And thank you, Mommy, for talking about me and embarrassing me. I know you love doing that. I do want to give a shout out to the McCormick family. I know that you're going through a really tough time right now, and we're all with you. We're all behind you. Those of us that knew Ainsley, you know exactly what I mean and exactly what I'm talking about. Please send some love to her mom. Please send some love to the family. I know they're going through some really incredible, trying times right now. So Ainsley McCormick, this one's for you. Alicia Holly, my OG best bud, I miss you dearly. And Rose, I'm so glad that you're here and watching, and for your friendship all these years. To all the Oley friends and family, thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of this and watching and laughing and sharing. And to Danny Rose, feel better. You had a really rough surgery, and so I hope that you start to feel better soon. We miss you. We love you. Take care of yourselves. Now, everybody, for the pièce de resistance, the last song I'm going to do, if you know me, you know what's coming. This year, I was thrilled to help my mentors welcome a new chapter in their lives, no pun intended. And they invited me to a book signing and a book party for their new book that they just put out. And this book has been on the top of the bestsellers for a really long time. It is available digitally. It's available old school. It's available at Target, at Walmart, all those things if you want to have it shipped to you. But if you want it right now to have on your Kindle and your iPad or whatever else you use, because I have no idea, you can get this really nifty, cool book. Can you see the whole thing? It's Sharon Lawson Bram's Skinamarink, and it is a family-friendly book to really exemplify what it means to say I love you and what I love you means. They have been doing readings. Sharon and Randy have been doing readings on Instagram and on Facebook and different things like that. And it is, there's some extra lyrics that are written by Randy Hampson, and the illustration is by Quinn, I never say it right, Quinn Lang? That sounds right. So Sharon Lois and Bram's Skinamarink. It's one of my favorite books. It's beautifully illustrated and beautifully written. I just want to read a couple things to you. So it says, I love you in the summer, in the fall, and the winter too. I love you in the springtime. I love you through and through. Skinamarinky dinky dink, skinamarinky doo. Look at these pictures. I love you. Now Randy's last verse is, be sure to sing this love song with everyone around. When we all sing together, it's such a lovely sound. So please, in this time of need and in this time of struggle, please remember to sing with each other. Dance around your house if you're able. If you're not able, put on music and make somebody else dance for you, because why not? Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for being here. Please go check out SharonLoisBram.com or SharonandBram.com. Check out their Instagram, Sharon Lois Bram. Check out their Facebook, or their YouTube channel, Sharon Lois Bram. And for those of you that know what's coming, this is it, everybody. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Now be sure to sing this love song with everyone around. When we all sing together, it's such a lovely sound. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I'm gonna make you do exactly what they do. Every time they have a concert, they make everybody sing together. I would do the motions with you, but I have two hands and they're currently occupied. So if you know the song, we're gonna sing it out together. I'm gonna pretend like I can hear you, because we all know I can't, because we are miles apart and through a screen. But here we go. Skidamarinky dinky dink. Your turn. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Thank you for watching. I love you. You're all terrific. I love you. Donate to Oley. I love you too. Boop boopy doo. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. www.oley.org. They strive to enrich the lives of those living with home, intravenous, and tube-feeding enteral and parenteral through education, advocacy, and networking. Thank you all so much for being here. You are fantastic, and I am so thrilled that the Oley Foundation let me do this. It's been so much fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your hands. Stay inside. Do whatever you feel like you need to do for yourself. But no matter what, it only takes a little bit to be kind. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you guys soon. Feel free to reach out to me at any time if you have questions, comments, carrots, concerns, or want me to do another takeover somewhere in the ether. I am happy to do it. Follow me on Instagram at Roy Samuel George, Twitter at Roy Samuel George, Facebook, and wherever else you may want to. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Mommy. I appreciate you. Thanks for doing the first half of this live. Thank you, everybody who tuned in to the three times that I had to start this video. You guys are fantastic. Thank you again. I love you too. Have a good night. Good night, everybody. Mwah.